Good morning, students. Welcome to the digital classes of Lalbagh Girls Intermediate College. This is Neetu Spring, and this class of mine is for class 12th history students. Students, I have taken one of the chapter which appears in the unit 3rd of your textbooks, and the name of the chapter is The Rise of Indian Nationalism. Nationalism is an ideology and movement that promotes the interest of a particular nation, especially with the aim of gaining and maintaining the nation's sovereignty. Sovereignty means self-governance over its homeland. In nutshell or in simple language, we can say that one's love and the feeling of oneness among its people is said to be nationalism. So today I'm going to talk about the nationalism in India. The feeling of nationalism among the Indians came during the revolt of 1857, but later on during the period of 19th century. So the rise of national consciousness in the 19th century was essentially the result of your economic, political, religious, and the social changes which were brought about by the British rule, and that has resulted in the operation of all the classes of Indian people, giving rise to a widespread dissatisfaction among the masses. Lord Lytton's regime was an immediate cause for the strengthening of nationalism. Events such as the passing of the Vernacular Press Act of 1878 and the Ilbert Bill of 1882, as well as the lowering of the age limit of civil services examination in 1876, resulted in a wave of oppression from middle class Indians. Consequently, a number of them, they came together and formed a number of small political parties and came out on the streets to protest, and they had taken out their rallies. The Indian movement was a political expression of rational and religious uproar and the social and economic development. Let us do this immediate causes of nationalism in detail. So I'm going to tell you that what was the Vernacular Press Act at first. So in India, in British India, when the Britishers were ruling in India, the Vernacular Press Act 1878 was enacted to curtail the freedom of the Indian press and prevent the expression of criticism towards the British policy. The act was proposed by Lord Lytton, then the Viceroy of India, and was unanimously passed by the Viceroy's Council on 14th March 1878. The Act excluded English language publications as it was meant to control seditious writing. Writing in publications in Oriental languages everywhere in the country except for the South. Thus, the British totally discriminated against the non-English language Indian press. So, this was Vernacular Press Act. The next cause was the lowering of the age limit for the civil services. At the time of British rule, the examination for admission to the service was first held only in London in the month of August each year. All candidates also had to pass graduation before appearing for this examination. Lord Lytton was the Viceroy of India at that time, and the British bureaucracy in India was opposed to the entry of Indians into the civil services. Therefore, in order to discourage Indians from competing thus in civil service examination, Lord Lytton lowered the maximum age of eligibility from 21 to 19 years. Then we come to the Ilbert Bill controversy, which was also one of the immediate cause for the rise of nationalism. So the famous Ilbert Bill was introduced in 1883 by Lord Ripon, but it was drafted by Sir C.P. Ilbert. That is why this bill was given the name of Ilbert Bill. What was the controversy? That we are going to do it in detail. So according to this act, Indian judges could try European. This was done to favor the Indians. This is also called the famous Ilbert Bill or the White Mutiny of 1883. This came as a huge resentment among the British regime, as they knew the judges from India would be inclined towards the Indians, and the European convicts who were being prosecuted under the crime committed against an Indian would be punished according to the law. There was a disapproval of the Ilbert Bill by almost all the Europeans, and Viceroy Ripon, who had introduced this bill, has to pass an amendment, and according to this amendment, a jury of 50% European was required if an Indian judge was to face a European on the deck. And finally, the bill was passed on 25th January 1884 in favor of Europeans. This did not go well with the Indians, who were feeling let down upon by the British, and it came down as a thunder strike on the dreams of the early nationalists who were moderate in nature, and this controversy led to the formation of Indian National Congress, and hence the struggle for freedom multiplied manyfold. This was all about for this session, and we have discussed in this the cause, the immediate cause for the rise of Indian nationalism. And in the next video of mine, I'll be giving the various other causes which were responsible for the rise of Indian nationalism in the 19th century, which gave the way to the formation of Indian National Congress in 1885. So, read them carefully and take care. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.